welcome to Manager Speaking Class. And before our story begins, I would like to say in Vanuatu we have 6 provinces. And we are in Davao province, especially the island of Tanna. And in Tanna Island we have a volcano, and the volcano have a use. So we will story about how the volcano is. Around Tanna Island you can see a nakama, and the nakama have a secret. So we will story about the secret of the nakama. And do you know what is nakama?
You better tell us, go on.
Women drink kava.
Ah!
Yeah, nakama is where men drink the kava. Today when you follow the road up, you can see the area that they sweep the ground and a banyan tree. So that is nakama. Yeah, like here. This is a banyan tree and men drink kava. That is nakama, where men drink kava. Yeah, so we can start our story about these 2 brothers. How the elder brother lived. Long time before, these 2 brothers built a boat, and they built in the boat, so the youngest brother went in the boat with the things in the boat. But when he go in the boat, he asked his older brother that, when you stay, what can you eat, or what shall you do? Then his older brother tell him that, I have bow and arrow to catch my fish or the birds in the air, and the stone to provide me food. And when that man's there, he is a gardener. He went to the garden and made his garden, and when he finished his garden, he stayed for a month. But when there's no rain, so he can take a leaf that is special to the stone and put in the stone so that he can make the rain. But when he put the leaves in the stone, he go to the nakama and he can drink the kava, so he can call on the volcano so that the volcano can throw its eruption up. And the eruption went up and made the clouds and come as a rain to wash his garden. And when he used that to make the rain, and when the rain continued to rain, so he can change a leaf and put in another leaf so that he can make the sun. But when he used that, and when the rain doesn't stop, so he can change another leaf and put in the sea, so that the sea can drop, and the wind of the sea went up and it can blow out the clouds and it can provide the sun. And is there lightning in your countries? The lightning.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. This man knows how to make the lightning. Sometimes he used it to make the rain. When he wanted to make a rain, so he must use the lightning to make the rain. Sometimes when the people are in the gardens, so he can put in the lightning to warn the people that it's began to rain, so they rush to their homes, so the rain began to drop. Like the lightning is to warn the people. And when he used this, and when the garden is ready, when it's time for the harvest, so he can call on the other nakamals to come together, and they can drink kava together, and they can story about how they can do a custom ceremony or wedding ceremony. So they do that and they celebrate it, and they can make the dance that you will go and watch it up there. Yeah, the dance that you will go and watch it is to celebrate this collection. So you can see this picture, drinking kava. That man is drinking kava because the kava is special sometimes when the people are enemies to each other, so the kava can solve their problems. Like example, when 2 persons fight each other, so the chief can take them to the nakama and he can solve the problem and give the kava to those who are fighting, so they can drink kava together and become friends. They are not enemies. Like a long time before, when other nakamals are enemies to other islands are enemies to each other. The islands in Davao or in Vanuatu are enemies. So now every island around Vanuatu drink the kava and they become friends. They are not enemies. Stones to provide the sun to warm the ground, or the soil to provide the food. And sometimes when the soil is very warm, it cannot provide us food, so we must use the rain to provide the food. Yeah, so any question about the story? So no question? We can go outside and complete our story outside. Like the story that I tell you inside, for making the rain is this one. To make the rain.
Explain that.
For making the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he wants us to make the rain, so he must use the rocks and put in the water. So he can take a special leaf for the rocks so that he can put with the rocks, and when you go to the volcano, you can see that the eruption went up and made the clouds and come as a rain. Yeah. Because of this one.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I tell you that there are a lot of nakamals around Tanna Island, but there is one nakamal that is special for making the rain. When other nakamals wanted to make a rain, so they might send a gift to a special nakamal, so he can make the rain and send to their gardens to wash the gardens.
Wow.
Eruption went up and went in which direction? So you know that that direction, the man that is a special man in that direction to make the rain. Like south, there is a special man in the south to make the rain, or north. You can see that the eruption went up and went to north, south, east, or west. And here, for making the rain, the same one as the one down there. These rocks is for making the rain. When he wanted the rain, so he must use this one, like I already told you down there. But when he wanted the lightning, so he used this one. This is for the lightning. He can use this one and put with those for the rain and take a special leaf for that so that he can make the lightning. Yeah. You can see the color?
Yeah.
Have a color here. You see the color?
Yeah.
Yeah. This color, like the worm is useful to make the rain, the lightning, sorry, for the lightning.
Wow.
Yeah. When he wanted to make a lightning, he used the rocks and this to make the lightning. When he put this with those, the rocks and the leaves, and he used the special leaf for this one, so he can make a lightning. And when the worm is running in the water, so you can see the lightning running up in the sky. And when you watch the lightning carefully, you can see the color of this.
Wow.
Because he used this and the stones as a special leaf for this one and a special leaf for the rocks, so that he can make the lightning and the rain. This one for the rain and the lightning, and this one for the sun. When he wanted to stop the rain, so he can take a special leaf and put in the fire, so he can light a fire, and the fire can burn the leaves, and the smoke of the leaf went up and hit the basket. There's rocks in the basket. It can hit the basket and went out, so it can provide the sun. And when he used this one, but it's hard to stop the rain, so he can use the one that I tell you inside to put in the sea, and the sea gets rough, and help this one, so they can help each other to blow out the dark clouds, and they can provide the sun. That when other nakamals wanted a rain or a sun, so they can send the kava to a special nakamal or a special person, so he can drink the kava and make the rain and send to the gardens to wash the gardens. Yeah, like the kava is special too, like I tell you inside that the kava is very special for solving the problem. And the garden that I story about is this one. The garden that I story about is this one. When it's time for the harvest, so we can celebrate this. And we can call on the other nakamals to come together, we can celebrate it, and we can make the dance that you will go and watch it. The dance that you will go and watch it is to celebrate this carrot.
Oh. So what are the things sticking out?
It's a yam.
Yam. Okay, cool.
Yeah, like I tell you that when the soil is very cold, so the garden doesn't provide us food. So this is the garden that I tell you. When the soil is very cold, so it cannot provide us food. And when the soil is very warm, so it cannot provide us food. So we must use the rain and the sun to make the soil rich so that you can make its food or you can eat it carefully. We can celebrate it and we can make the dance that you will go and watch it.